Hello, my dear children. Welcome to the mathematics class. Today, we are going to discuss quadrilaterals. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the concepts of exercise 8.1. In the previous chapters, 6 and 7, in the sixth chapter and seventh chapter, we have discussed the properties of triangles. You know that if in a plane if three non-collinear points are there, namely a b c, suppose three non-collinear points means they are not lying on the same line. If you join these 3 points in pairs, we join these 2 points, and again we join these 2 points, and we join these 2 points, then the figure formed is said to be a triangle. You know that. You have studied some properties of many properties of triangles in the chapter 6 and as well in the chapter 7. Okay, my children. Now, if you take any 4 points in a plane, there are four cases arises. Four cases arises. See, case 1. First case, that 4 points, let us take these 4 points. These 4 points may be collinear. Yes or no, my dear children? Yes, this is the first case. If you take any 4 points in a plane, this is the first possibility. Isn't it or not, my dear children? Right. Now come to case 2. Out of these 4 points, if you take any 3 points are non-collinear. If any 3 points are non-collinear, like this. See here, these 3 points are collinear. Out of these 4 points, 3 points are taken as collinear points. In this case, we get a triangle. In a plane, out of the 4 points, if 3 points are collinear, then we get a triangle. Okay, my children. This is the second case. Now, case 3. Case 3. No 3 points are collinear. Out of these 4 points, no 3 points are collinear. In this case, if we join these 4 points in pairs like this, then we get a simple closed figure. Okay, my children, this is called quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. This is one type of quadrilateral. And one more case is there. Fourth case. Like this. If we join these 4 points like this in pairs, we get like this also. This is also said to be a quadrilateral. This is also a quadrilateral. Okay, my children, understood these four cases in a plane. If 4 points are taken, the first case, the 4 points may be collinear points. Then we get a straight line. Okay, my children. Now come to case 2. If any 3 points are collinear, out of these 4 points, if any 3 points are collinear, then we get a triangle. Now the third case, if you take 4 points, out of which no 3 points are collinear, then we get a quadrilateral. We get a simple closed figure. This simple closed figure is called quadrilateral. Similarly, case 4, here also get a quadrilateral. But in our course of study, we discuss this type of quadrilaterals only. We study the quadrilaterals of this type, their properties. Okay, my children, understood? Right. Now let us discuss parts of a quadrilateral. Without knowing which, we can't understand this chapter. Okay, my children, what are the parts of a quadrilateral? So first, sides. These are said to be sides: AB line segment, BC line segment, CD line segment, and DA line segment. AB, BC, CD, and DA. These four line segments are said to be sides of this quadrilateral. Okay, my children. Name of this quadrilateral is ABCD. ABCD quadrilateral. ABCD quadrilateral. Short form we can write quad. Okay, my children. In this ABCD quadrilateral, what are the sides? AB, this line segment, BC, this line segment, CD, this line segment, and DA. These are said to be sides of the quadrilateral. Is it clear, my children? Right. Next, angles. Angle DAB, angle A. Simply we can write simply in a single letter, angle A, or angle DAB, angle DAB, angle DAB. That is also called angle BAD. All these three notations denote the same angle, angle A. Okay, my children, this is one angle. Similarly, angle B. Angle B can be written as angle ABC or angle CBA. This is another angle. Similarly, angle C. Angle C. How can you write angle C using three letters? Angle BCD, angle BCD, or angle DCB. Okay, my children, understood this point. Next, angle D. This is angle D. This is angle B, angle C, and angle D. Angle D. How do you write this angle D? By using three letters, angle CDA. Angle CDA. Or angle ADC. These four angles are said to be angles of this quadrilateral ABCD. Okay, my children, is it clear? Right. Next, vertices. Vertices: point A, point B, point C, and point D. These 4 points are said to be vertices. Points A, B, C, D. These 4 points are said to be vertices of this quadrilateral ABCD. Is it clear, my children? Right. Next, to diagonals. In this quadrilateral ABCD, these two, the line segment joining these 2 points, AC line segment is said to be one diagonal of this quadrilateral, and BD or DB, this BD line segment is said to be another diagonal. There are 2 diagonals in the quadrilateral. Understood this point, my children? Is it clear? So these are the parts of a quadrilateral. We have to identify what are the sides of a quadrilateral, what are the angles of a quadrilateral, what are the vertices of a quadrilateral, and what are the diagonals of a quadrilateral. If a quadrilateral is given, you have to identify these parts of a quadrilateral. Is it clear, my children? Right. As we have studied angle sum property of a triangle, here also we discuss the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Okay, my children? Right. See, let us take a diagonal AC. Here, this diagonal AC is dividing this quadrilateral into 2 triangles. Yes or no, my dear children? Yes. See, in the adjacent figure, in the quadrilateral, in the quadrilateral ABCD, diagonal AC dividing the quadrilateral, ABCD into two triangles. Namely, what are the two triangles, my dear children? Triangle ACD, and triangle ABC. Understood this point, my dear children? This diagonal AC is dividing this quadrilateral into two triangles, namely triangle ACD and triangle ABC. Okay, my dear children? Right. In this triangle ACD, you know angle sum property of a triangle. So in angles ACD, in angle ACD, in triangle ACD, in triangle ACD, angle DCA, angle DAC, angle DAC plus angle ACD plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degrees. This is the angle sum property. By using this angle sum property of a triangle, we wrote this step. Okay, my children, understood this step? Right. Now let us denote this angle by a single letter, angle ADC. Let us denote this by single letter. So angle DAC, plus angle ACD plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees, because angle ADC is nothing but angle D. Okay, but it's an angle ADC is also can be written as angle D by using single letter. Understood this point, my student? Right. Let us assume that this is equation 1. Let us consider this is equation 1. Okay, my student? Right. In triangle ABC, here also we use the angle sum property. Okay, my children. So angle CAB, this angle CAB plus angle ABC, plus angle BCA is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, my children, because angle sum property. Angle sum property of a triangle. By using this angle sum property of a triangle, we wrote this step. Understood this step, my children? Right. Again here I am denoting this angle ABC by single letter B, angle B. Okay, my children. So angle CAB plus angle B. Angle ABC is nothing but angle B. Okay, my children. Plus angle BCA is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, my children. Let us consider this is 2, because angle ABC is equal to angle B. Both notations denote the same angle. Angle ABC and angle B denote the same angle. That is why I wrote that step. Now let us add these two equations, adding 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2. By adding the equations 1 and 2, angle DAC plus angle DAC plus angle ACD plus angle D, angle CAB plus angle B plus angle BCA is equal to 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. Understood this step, my children? I added LHS parts of these two equations and I added RHS parts of these two equations. Then we got this step. Okay, my children, understood this step? Right. Now, angle DAC, angle CAB. Let us write these two angles as one group. Angle DAC plus angle CAB, angle CAB. Let us make a pair of these two angles as one group. Angle DAC plus angle CAB. I wrote these two angles side by side. Okay, my dear children. Plus angle B. I wrote this angle B. And these two remaining two angles. I am writing these two angles in one bracket. Angle ACD, angle ACD, angle ACD plus angle BCA plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, my children. I rearranged these terms. I made some groups. Here one group, here also one group. I made these two groups. Okay, my children, understood this step? Right. If you observe the figure, angle DAC plus angle CAB, angle DAC plus angle CAB, what makes these two angles? Angle A. Yes or no, my children? Angle A plus angle B. I am writing this angle as it is angle B. Again angle ACD, this angle plus angle BCA. These two angles makes together angle C. Isn't it or not, my children? Angle C plus I write angle D as it is equal to 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. We got 360 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle E is equal to 360 degrees. These are nothing but angles of quadrilateral ABCD. So the sum of the, finally we conclude that the sum of, therefore the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Okay, my children, you have to remember this property of a quadrilateral, angle sum property of a quadrilateral. The sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Is it clear, my dear children? Right. My dear children, a question will arise in your mind. A question may arise in your mind. The question is, why should we study quadrilaterals? Isn't it or not, my dear children? Yes or no? Yes. If you look around you, you will find many objects. Many objects are in the shape of a quadrilateral. Floor of the room, walls, ceiling, windows of your classroom, the blackboard, each face of, see here, each face of the star, and each page of your book. This is also quadrilateral, four-sided figure. Okay, my children. Top of your study table, All these objects are in the shape of a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means a simple closed figure bounded by four line segments. Okay, my children. That is why we should study quadrilaterals, especially parallelograms. Parallelograms is also one type of a quadrilateral. Rectangle, square, parallelogram, trapezium. Okay, my children. Kite, rhombus. All these are said to be quadrilaterals. These are all different types of quadrilaterals. Okay, my children. We study these types of quadrilaterals one by one and their properties. Okay, my children. Right. Now let us discuss different types of quadrilaterals and the properties of sides, angles and diagonals of the quadrilaterals. Okay, my children. Let us discuss these quadrilaterals, types of quadrilaterals one by one. See the first one, trapezium. Here name of the quadrilateral. I wrote here name of the quadrilateral. Please observe this table, my dear children. Learn this table. Rough diagram, this quadrilateral. Sides, here properties of sides, properties of angles and properties of diagonals of the quadrilateral. Okay, my children. First quadrilateral, first type of quadrilateral is a trapezium. This is a rough diagram. Okay, my children. Understood? In this quadrilateral, in this trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. That is, AB is parallel to CD. That is only one property related to sides of a trapezium. Okay, my children, this is only one property of the trapezium. Understood this point, my children? Right. Come to the second type of quadrilateral, that is parallelogram. This is a rough diagram of a parallelogram. A, B, C, D is a rough diagram of a parallelogram. Now come to the properties of sides of a parallelogram. Pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. That is, AB is parallel to CD and AB is equal to CD. AB and CD are parallel sides and they are of equal length. Similarly, BC is parallel to AD, BC is parallel to DA and BC is equal to DA. These two sides are also parallel and they are also of the same length. Okay, my children, understood these properties of sides of a parallelogram? Right. Now come to angles. Angles of a parallelogram. What are the properties of angles of a parallelogram? Pair of opposite angles are equal. That is, angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. Okay, my children, in this quadrilateral, you know, four angles, angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Out of all these four angles, angle A is equal to angle C, opposite angles are equal. These two angles are said to be a pair of opposite angles of a parallelogram. Similarly, angle B and angle D, these two angles is said to be a pair of opposite angles of a parallelogram. These two are also equal. Okay, my children, understood this one? Right. Come to the next point. Adjacent angles are supplementary. In this parallelogram, angle A, angle B is said to be a pair of adjacent angles. Angle B and angle C, these two angles are said to be a pair of adjacent angles. Similarly, angle C and angle D is a pair of adjacent angles. Similarly, angle D and angle A, these are also said to be a pair of adjacent angles. So, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Angle C plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Angle D plus angle A is equal to 180 degrees. These are the properties of angles of a parallelogram. Okay, my children, remember these 2 points. Okay, my children. Right. Now come to the properties of diagonals of a parallelogram. Diagonals are not equal. That is, AC is not equal to BD. AC length and BD length are not equal. Is it clear, my dear children? Right. Come to the next second property of diagonals of a parallelogram. Diagonals bisect each other. That is, see the figure here. These two diagonals AC and BD, these two diagonals are intersecting at a point P. Let us assume that they are intersecting at a point P. Then AP is equal to PC. AP is equal to PC. These two sides are lengths are equal. AP length and PC length are equal. Similarly, DP length and PB length are also equal. Understood this point, my children? Is it clear? Diagonals bisect each other. Okay, my children, remember these properties of sides of a parallelogram, angles of a parallelogram, and diagonals of a parallelogram. Especially we discuss in this class, in this ninth class, we concentrate on parallelogram and their properties. The problems are also in the exercise related to parallelogram only. Okay, my children, please remember these points well. Learn these points well, my children. Okay, right. And one more property of diagonals of a parallelogram. A diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. See this parallelogram, my children. AC is one diagonal. Suppose if you consider only AC as diagonal, then it is dividing this parallelogram into two triangles, namely ABC and CDA. Okay, my children. So these two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Similarly, if you observe BD, if you take BD diagonal, then also that parallelogram is divided by this diagonal BD into two congruent triangles, namely triangle DAB. Triangle DAB is congruent to triangle BCD. These two triangles are also congruent. Okay, my children, right. Okay, my children, remember these properties of parallelogram. Okay, my children, right. Now come to the next type of quadrilateral, that is rectangle. Okay, my children, this is a rough diagram of a rectangle. Now come to the properties of sides of a rectangle. All the properties of sides of a parallelogram. Whatever the properties of sides of a parallelogram are also the same properties here also. Means pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. Okay, my children, the same properties also applicable to the rectangle also. Okay, my dear children, is it clear? Is this point clear? Right. Now come to the angles. All the properties of angles of a parallelogram. Here also, what are the properties of angles of a parallelogram? The same properties also for a rectangle. For rectangle. But each angle is a right angle. In the parallelogram, each angle is not right angle, but in this rectangle, each angle is a right angle. That is, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Each angle is a right angle. Okay, my children, understood? Right. Now come to the diagonals. All the properties of diagonals of a parallelogram. Here also the same properties are applicable to the rectangle. What are the properties of diagonals of a parallelogram? The same properties also applicable to the rectangle. But what is the difference? Diagonals are equal in the rectangle. That is, AC is equal to BD. In a parallelogram, diagonals are not equal. But here some additional properties there. That is, diagonals are equal in the rectangle. Understood this difference, my children, for parallelogram and rectangle? Right. Now come to the next type of quadrilateral, that is rhombus. This is a rough diagram of a rhombus, A, B, C, D. Here also all the properties of sides of a parallelogram, means opposite sides are parallel and equal. And moreover, all the sides are equal, not only opposite sides. All the sides are equal. That is, AC is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. All these sides are of equal length. Okay, my children, this is additional property. Okay, my children, understood the difference between parallelogram and rhombus? Right. Now come to the properties of angles of a rhombus. All the properties of angles of a parallelogram. Same properties also applicable to the rhombus. whatever the properties of angles of a parallelogram are there, the same properties are also applicable to the rhombus. Now come to the properties of diagonals of a rhombus. All the properties of diagonals of a parallelogram, but diagonals bisect at right angles in rhombus. That is AC is perpendicular to BD. Okay, my children. In the parallelogram, diagonals are not equal. Here also diagonals are not equal. They are unequal. Okay, my children. Same properties. They bisect each other. They bisect each other. Here also diagonals bisect each other. But in the parallelogram, they do not bisect at right angle, whereas in the rhombus they bisect at right angle, means an AC is perpendicular to BD. This is the additional property of diagonals of a rhombus. Okay, my children, understood the difference between the properties of rhombus and the properties of parallelogram, right? Now come to the next type of quadrilateral, square. This is a rough diagram of a square. Now come to the properties of sides of a square. All the properties of sides of a parallelogram, the same properties are applicable here. The properties of sides of a parallelogram, whatever the properties are there, the same properties are also applicable to the square. But all sides of a square are equal. This is the additional property. Okay, my children, understood? That is AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. This is the additional property. Here we are comparing each quadrilateral with the parallelogram. Each quadrilateral with the parallelogram. Okay, my children? Right. Now come to the properties of angles of a square. All the properties of angles of a parallelogram, the same properties are also applicable here, but each angle of a square is right angle. That is, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. So each angle is a right angle in a square. Okay, my children, this is the additional property. But in a parallelogram, they are not equal. Only opposite angles are equal, and adjacent angles are supplementary. Do you remember that points, my children? Yes. This is a additional property. Okay, my children, understood the difference between properties of parallelogram and the properties of sides. Right. Come to the diagonals. All the properties of diagonals of a parallelogram, the same properties are also applicable to square, but diagonals are equal. In the parallelogram, diagonals are unequal. They are not equal. But in this square, diagonals are equal and bisect each other at right angles. In a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. Only they bisect each other. But in addition to that, the two diagonals are at right angles in the square. That is, AC is equal to BD and AC is perpendicular to BD. Understood these points, my children? Right. Now come to the last quadrilateral, last type of quadrilateral, that is kite. See, this is a rough diagram of a kite. In this kite, only one property, pair of adjacent sides are equal. That is, AB is equal to BC and CD is equal to DA. We are not comparing with properties of parallelogram. This is a different quadrilateral. Okay, my children, we are not studying this quadrilateral here. Okay, my children, diagonals are not equal. Here diagonals are not equal in a kite, but intersect at right angles. They intersect at right angles. Okay, my children, they do not bisect. Remember this point, my children, they do not bisect, but they intersect at right angles. That is, AC is not equal to BD, diagonals are unequal, and AC is perpendicular to BD. Okay, my children, please remember these properties of different types of quadrilaterals. These are very useful in solving the problems in the exercise 8.1. Okay, my children, these are the concepts of exercise 8.1. Okay, my children, in the next class we start the problems in the exercise 8.1. Okay, my children, right.